from the outside looking in, everything looks fine and dandy. Right, I can walk, I can run, I can laugh, I can cook, I can shop. How was it then? I have to assume a secret identity. My day job, well, I'm a British soldier, or at least I used to be. Technically, I'm still serving, but I'm rendered unsuitable, for now, at least. This pain, the pain inside me, no one sees. Pain I try to hide as best as I can. Kind of use a persona to hide what's really going on underneath my skin. Problem with pretending, it drags you deeper into a hole. My name's Lee, and on the February 16th of this year, I was diagnosed with Trigeminal Neuralgia. Now, I'd never heard of this before, and even to this day, I still don't know anybody personally, on a personal level, that has this. Now, some of you may be thinking, what the hell is trigeminal neuralgia? The trigeminal nerve is the fifth cranial nerve, and its primary function is to send pain messages to your brain. It usually works perfectly normal, and you're never really aware of its existence. Now, bit of a taboo subject really, because neurosurgeons don't really know what causes it. Some will say it's a pressure on the nerve from a tumour, some will say it's MS. Long and short of it is this nerve damage and it's sending the wrong signals. In layman's terms, the trigeminal nerve has three branches, trigeminal, and they run one to your eye, one to your cheek, and one to your jaw. One that runs above your temple, one just about your eye, and one that runs through your cheek and upper jaw. Now, most sufferers have pain in one of these areas. I'm one of the lucky ones. Lucky. Now, I've had 3 facial reconstruction operations, of which the last damaged the mandibular, so the lower of the trigeminal nerve, which has rendered this side of my face permanently numb. Imagine when you go to a dentist and have your tooth out, and they give you the local anaesthetic. That's what my face is like, permanent. Well, in 2014 my surgeon said that the feeling would come back in 2 years. Here we are, 7 years later, and I've still got that permanent numbness. Back end of last year, I started having what initially I thought was toothache, but this pain is like nothing I've ever had in my life. Burning, stabbing. I just wanted to rip my face off and volley it into the river. Exactly what a electric shock would be like. Now I've had a few, but it's exactly like that. Not only that, I can pinpoint exactly where the pain is coming from. Right under my eye there, and up through my cheek here, and then into my brain. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And being a squaddy, I just tried cracking on and pretending that everything was alright. Tried to hide my attacks by going to the toilet or not saying anything, or just isolating myself. Eventually, I went to doctors and said something wasn't right, and I needed to go back to my surgeon and see if he could sort it out. Well, my surgeon had retired, so this led me down a rabbit hole, and took way longer than it should have to be seen and diagnosed and then get the treatment I required. So eventually I got sent for a CT scan. That showed nothing. I got referred to Swindon Hospital, where they dismissed me and said that because of the previous surgeries and the permanent numbness, they can't do anything more, and they're going to try and pass me on to somebody else. Now, at this point, I'm still having the attacks. I'm still getting no painkillers for the attacks, and I'm still in work, in the military, none the wiser. Well, fast forward to January, and I can't take this anymore. I can't take the pain. I still got the same outload, or the same workload in work, and I'm still getting the attack, and I don't know why. So I go to the doctors and I say, I can't take this anymore. I need this sorted. There's something wrong. I don't know what it is, but I just cannot cope with these attacks. I got sent home and then referred to the neurologist in Bristol Royal Infirmary. From there, February the 16th, I was sat in a waiting room thinking to myself, am I going mad here? Am I like, is it just the numbness trying to come back? Or should I really be sat here, like, what's going on with pain? And look, visually I look okay. But anyway, sat in the waiting room, neurologist calls me in, and at this point I'm in complete despair. I've been passed from pillar to post. I'm still none the wiser. I've still not taken any medication other than ibuprofen, and instantly I start explaining my situation, and he says, I know what it is. He says, you've got trigeminal neuralgia and we'll give you some painkillers. We'll see how these go, and you're going to be on these for the rest of your life. Now, what makes this different is because of the previous surgeries and the permanent numbness in my face. One of the options would be to damage the nerve so it gives you that permanent numbness, so it takes away the trigeminal neuralgia. But for me, that's not an option, so I'm going to be on pain blocking tablets. Now, trigeminal neuralgia is regarded as the most painful condition in the medical world. Sometimes it can last for seconds, sometimes it can last for minutes. Anything can set it off. Eating, brushing my teeth, shaving, laughing, the wind, wearing a mask, talking, getting up, brushing my face, anything. Now, this kind of leaves me in a situation. Can't have the surgery that would numb my face because I've already got that numbness, and the tablets make me feel like I've got no energy. Anybody else on this will know that Tegretol has this effect. Catch-22 really. I don't want to be taking the medication because I feel really drowsy, but if I stop taking them, I know the attacks will be a lot more regular and a lot more intense. So my hope is moving forward, either this does one or my body adapts to these medication and I can feel somewhat normal. Concerns moving forward: living with chronic pain isn't as black and white as some people may think. Having this trigeminal neuralgia, I've completely lost my identity, lost my self-worth. This brings with it many other factors. If I'm not careful, could have impact on other things in life like family and all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to delve into the realms of the mental health implications of chronic pain and being on medication, but what I will say is that I'm still trying to adapt to my new normal. My hope is that I can get back to somewhat of who I used to be. Keep striving to be fitter. Running is a massive part of my life, a huge part, and whilst it's less than halved whilst I'm on this medication and pain, I will continue to hit the trails as often as I can just to take my mind off this pain. In summary, I made this video not for sympathy, but to raise awareness of trigeminal neuralgia. And just because someone looks okay from the outside, they're wearing a smile, perceiving that everything's alright, doesn't mean they're not fighting a battle within. So yeah, that's it.